S90 brings the driver, the car, and the road together. It could be a winding coastal road, a long open highway, or your daily commute. The S90 allows you to customize your drive and experience the luxury of an intelligent sedan, where all systems work together in perfect harmony. I'm in Sweden to find out how the S90 feels on the road and to talk with one of the engineers responsible for creating this dynamic driving experience.
The adaptive dampers firm up the suspension, the steering gives you a little bit more feel, the brake response changes and the engine response changes as well.
And then you have the eco mode?
That's right. It's the same driving dynamics as the comfort except for the energy saving. You start the engine and stop the engine differently.
So when I was driving the S90, I encountered a few different road conditions and was wondering if you can tell us, how does the S90 know to send power to whichever wheel needs it most?
The unit that handles it is a Borg-Warner Generation 5 system. It detects slip or loss of grip on each individual tire, and it detects that several hundred times per second, and then it sends it to the tire that needs it most. Another benefit has to do with engine placement. We really squeezed the front wheels towards the front as far as we could, and that also was possible due to the geometry of the suspension. That enabled this long, beautiful hood.
That is beautiful.
Then we also have air spring suspension in the rear, so no matter how much you load it up, the car will stay the same height. Every single thing that affects the driving experience has been tweaked and tuned to provide that luxury sedan experience.
So a lot of years of development that went into creating this beautiful car.
Yes, this is where we can do the very best car possible. It really has no limitations, and the systems that we have in the car allow us to make a car pretty much without compromise when it comes to vehicle dynamics.
Imagine seeing your car from above when you're parking. Through a series of cameras around the new Volvo S90, you can not only see your surroundings, but also choose which angle you prefer to view. I'm in Sweden to test out the 360-degree camera and to talk with one of the designers behind this impressive feature. I used the 360-degree camera when I was parking the S90, and I know you're on the team that developed this. Can you tell me more about it?
The 360-degree system has 4 cameras. One situated here in the front in the Volvo Ironmark. We have 2 cameras on the sides, they're situated in the mirrors. And then we have 1 camera in the rear, just above the license plate. The video feed from those are combined into one image. That image is presented on the Sensus touchscreen.
I found it to be really helpful when I was parking, because sometimes when you're in a bigger car, it can be a little bit intimidating to try to maneuver into a little spot.
You get a very precise picture of where we are or where you want to go.
Yeah, it really was like a bird's eye view.
It is. Also, if there's an obstacle or anything in the way, you get a visual reference to that in the Sensus touchscreen.
And I noticed when I put the car in reverse, the 360 view comes up automatically on the Sensus touchscreen.
Yes, you don't need to do anything. When you put the car in reverse, you get the 360-degree view. If you want to change to rear view, you just touch at the rear of the car icon in the Sensus touch display, and then you get the rear view.
The cameras are really cool and something I'd love to show my friends on this car, but they're also adding to the safety of the driver and passengers and anyone who's around the car as well.
One of the philosophies we have at Volvo is designed around you, and in this case, the 360-degree system helps you maneuver your car in a safe way.
Volvo has always been known as a leader in safety. The S90 takes that to the next level with the introduction of world-first safety innovations. I'm in Sweden to learn about these new features and to talk to a senior executive on the Volvo safety team. I'm so excited to talk to you about some of the safety features on the new S90.
So this car is our latest car, and I can tell you it's really peak of development. It's designed inside out, so to say. We have put in the very best and highest level of restraints, a very, very strong safety cage.
This frame is one of the strongest in the industry.
Yeah, it is. In United States, around 50% of the severe injuries is produced in a run-off-road type of situation. So we have an advanced camera working with the radar and helping you as a driver to avoid situations that could cause incidents or even accidents. The camera here, it monitors the sidelines together with the road edge. And if you're coming too close, it will calculate your trajectory and it will start a supporting functionality, hindering you from leaving the road. We call it Off Road Mitigation. And this is actually a unique Volvo technology that we put in this car. It's a word first. It also works in situations where we have large animals coming up on the road. We call it large animal detection. The car will make the driver aware of the situation with a warning. If he's not really responding on that, will lessen the impact speed. It will also detect if you have, for example, pedestrians coming out in front of the car.
And I noticed when I was driving the car that it's very mindful of giving the driver alerts, but it doesn't overwhelm me with a lot of sounds.
We have done work to balance between having this interaction without giving any interference in your normal driving. When we talk about safety at Volvo, it's safety from a holistic perspective. We need to use the different type of elements to work in direction of our Vision 2020. That is having no one killed or severely injured in a new Volvo car by the year 2020. And I think, within some few years, we'll see this in the other cars out on the markets as well.
A luxury car like the S90 will have power, authority, and elegance. My name is D.W. Burnett. I'm an automotive photographer. One of the things that gives the length of this car that I really like to see is this straight line that goes from the front to the back. One of the other things that stands out to me are these headlights. When you see this car in your rearview mirror, you're going to know it's a Volvo. It's easy to photograph such a well-designed and beautiful car.
The Volvo S90 is crafted for luxury, design, and functionality. From its three-dimensional linear walnut trim, to its Napa leather seats, to its beautiful Sensus touchscreen. Apple CarPlay allows you to listen to your music, use Siri to text message, and use your apps safely and seamlessly in the new Volvo S90. The Bowers & Wilkins audio system in the Volvo S90 provides powerful surround sound and unique listening experiences, like the Gothenburg Concert Hall, to create the soundtrack to your drive. The seats of the new Volvo S90 are designed to create a roomy interior, customizable comfort, and energy absorption in case of impact. Scandinavian design and function to enhance your driving experience. The Volvo S90's unique exterior leads with its Thor's hammer headlights, which create a bold face to complement the car's elegant silhouette. When you're driving, there are certain things you need to know now, like your speed or how much fuel is in the tank. And then there are things that can wait until whenever, like adjusting your car settings. Volvo has designed the S90 to intuitively present you with the information you need, now and whenever. I'm in Sweden to test drive the S90 and to talk with one of the key members of the design team. So tell me about the inspiration behind this design.
We have a design philosophy that we call now and whenever, and we divide the information that we present to the driver in two. We have the now information, which is speed related, turn-by-turn information, driver support information and alerts. And we display that information in the digital gauge cluster or in the heads-up display right in front of the driver. And then we have stuff that you do when you have time or it's a more safer situation in the Sensus touch display next to you. The heads-up display here is where we show then the more now information. So the technology behind the heads-up display is derived from technology used in fighter jets. And we've used that technology to make our drivers feel in control.
When I was driving the S90, it was really cool to have that information displayed right in the windscreen without having to take my eyes off the road.
Yeah, it's very useful that you can do many of the normal things that you need to do without taking your eyes off the road or your hands off the steering wheel. You can answer phone calls, you can get good directions of where you're going. We wanted to have all the 3 displays connected graphically as well, so you see that they're one unit, but we sort of have different information in different places for their specific purposes.
Hence the now and whenever.
Yeah, we have designed this so it will have a good contrast on whatever environment you're driving in, but also it needs to be subtle enough to not be distracting.
When I was driving the car, I can really appreciate all of those design elements coming together. Can you tell me more about the Volvo design philosophy?
Yeah, we've been collaborating, the whole design team, to actually give you a cockpit and an interior that makes you feel in control, that you can feel the great dynamics of the car and also feel safe while doing it. So everything is designed in unit, so you should feel like you can really master and use this car as a part of your body almost.